On this vote, the ayes are 218, the nays are 211, with one answering present. The resolution is adopted.
On this vote, the yeas are 214 and the nays are 213. The motion is adopted.
Is anyone surprised that I am being targeted? Is anyone surprised that I am somehow deemed unworthy to speak about American foreign policy? Or that they see me as a powerful voice that needs to be silenced? Frankly, it is expected, because when you push power, power pushes back. Representation matters. Continuing to expand our ideas of who is American and who can partake in the American experiment is a good thing. I am an American who was sent here, by her constituents to represent.
Did you catch that? Targeted. Surprised. There it is again, the familiar script playing out on the House floor. Welcome back, everyone. Today we're breaking down the moment Ilhan Omar was finally forced to answer for her own rhetoric. For years, whenever criticism comes her way, the narrative quickly shifts. It's not about what was said, it's about identity. It's about background. It's about some sweeping conspiracy to silence her voice. But let's pause for a second. Is it really targeting when someone is being held accountable for their own words? The clip we're about to watch shows a sharp contrast. On one side, you have representatives like Nicole Malliotakis and Lisa McClain focused, direct, and unapologetic about defending the standards expected of members of Congress. On the other side, you see Omar framing her removal from the Foreign Affairs Committee as an attack on representation rather than a consequence of past statements. Malliotakis makes a pointed argument: foreign policy is serious business. It's not a stage for rhetoric that critics argue blurs lines between America and its adversaries. Lisa McClain doesn't hold back either, responding firmly to Omar's "what is wrong with her" remark and defending the idea that upholding constitutional principles isn't extreme, it's fundamental. At the heart of this debate is a bigger question: was this about silencing a voice, or about maintaining standards for one of the most important committees in Congress? Stay with us as we break down the full footage, the arguments from both sides, and what this moment really says about accountability in Washington.
We don't do that. And let me tell you, I take a little bit of offense to what the hell is wrong with me. I'll tell you, there's nothing wrong with me. I took an oath to defend the Constitution, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. Again, I'm not going to apologize for it. I'm going to hold the Constitution, and it's very simple. We really shouldn't even have this debate. If you break the law and you follow due process, there are consequences to your actions, even if you say sorry. So we can try all of the diversion tactics that we would like. It doesn't change the fact that someone broke the law and that someone should be held accountable. It is disappointing, Mr. Speaker, that their own party can't hold them accountable, that they have such hypocrisy. So with that, I yield 2 minutes to my friend from New York.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We've heard from my colleagues the reasons why the Representative Omar should be removed from this committee, but I feel like all the reasons have not just yet been stated, which is why I rise to add for the record. We've heard about the comments that were made regarding anti-Semitism and anti-Israeli views, but I rise to add to the record that as a member of the Foreign Affairs Committee, I've sat there and heard the representative actually spew anti-American rhetoric as well. I've been in that committee room where the representative equates Israel and the United States to Hamas and the Taliban. Absolutely unacceptable for a member of that committee. I've also heard the representative equate that it is the United States' fault that there is turmoil in Venezuela. That is not because of the oppressive socialist and communism that has spread throughout Central and South America in Venezuela at the hands of the Maduro and Hugo Chavez regimes. That is unacceptable. And as a New York representative, to hear the representative belittle, to try to diminish the worst terrorist attack on United States soil on September 11, 2001, as some people did something, that is unacceptable as well. And I hold the same standard for this side of the aisle that I do the other, because when another colleague on my side said something about 9/11, I also voted to have her removed from the Education Committee because I thought that was inappropriate. So I'm being consistent here, and I hope my colleagues will do the same to show that this is about consistency and accountability, because we should not have an individual with those views on the committee that is tasked with representing our country and our Congress.
Let's start with that first clip. Omar stands at the podium holding up a photo of herself as a child. And look, everyone can respect someone's personal journey. But your childhood story doesn't automatically shield you from criticism over your words as a sitting member of Congress. A compelling biography isn't a substitute for accountability. She says, when you push power, power pushes back. But here's the counterpoint. When elected officials make controversial statements about US policy, other elected officials are going to respond. That's not persecution. That's the political process. Nicole Malliotakis framed her argument around qualifications and consistency. Her core question was simple: how can someone serve on the House Foreign Affairs Committee, one of the most sensitive and globally consequential committees, if their past remarks have drawn accusations of equating US policy with terrorist organizations? Supporters call it criticism of foreign policy. Opponents call it disqualifying rhetoric. Either way, it's at the heart of the debate. Malliotakis also referenced Omar's past comments about 9/11 remarks that sparked significant backlash when she described the attacks as "some people did something." For many, especially New Yorkers who lived through that day, those words felt dismissive. For others, they were taken out of broader context. But the reaction underscores a larger theme: words matter, particularly when spoken by members of Congress. Malliotakis emphasized consistency, noting that she supported removing members of her own party from committee assignments when she believed they crossed ethical lines. Her argument is that standards should apply equally, regardless of party. Then comes Lisa McClain. When Omar reportedly asked, "What the hell is wrong with her?" McClain didn't escalate with insults. Instead, she pivoted to a broader point about constitutional responsibility and conduct. Her message was clear: apologies don't automatically resolve serious breaches of decorum or judgment. In Congress, actions can carry consequences. The broader context includes other high-profile disciplinary moments in recent years, from Representative Jamal Bowman's fire alarm incident to contentious censure votes that passed by razor-thin margins. Those close votes highlight just how divided Congress is on questions of discipline, speech, and accountability. Ultimately, this moment isn't just about one member of Congress. It's about how the House defines standards, how it enforces them, and whether committee assignments should reflect not just party balance but perceived judgment and rhetoric. So what do you think? Is this political retaliation, or is it accountability playing out in real time? Let me know your perspective. And if you're following how this election cycle is reshaping Congress, stay tuned, there's a lot more ahead.